get started. Hey everyone, watching live now or later on YouTube. I'm Gregor. I'm maintaining GitHub's official JavaScript SDKs. And today here with me is John Lindquist. John, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's John. I made this ScriptKit thing we're going to talk about. We started Egghead about 10 years ago, 10 years ago. And yeah, that's about it. Don't want to linger on me.
Okay. Yeah, man. Like, who doesn't know Egghead? We all learned a lot thanks to your creation. So nice to say thank you kind of in person for once.
My pleasure.
All right. We want to talk about ScriptKit, which I love. I saw it because you had a stream with Vitugi, Brian, who's DevRel at GitHub. That's how I learned about it, and I thought, damn, that's so cool. I can automate stuff with JavaScript and then get a nice UI to quickly execute and also share my scripts. It's amazing. So thank you so much for creating it.
Hey, it's a passion project of mine. It's something that I wish existed, so I had to make it.
And I would suggest we just dive in and create something with it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I have the app already installed. It's currently only available for Mac. But I think you mentioned in Bidugi's stream that you plan to add support for Windows and Linux.
Yeah, after the Mac is out of beta and the users have kind of like the community's established and can help each other, and my free time can open up for Windows and Linux, then I can switch focus. But again, it's beta. There's still some more features I want to add in. And,
yeah. All right, early days. Well, I guess my scripts will just work on Windows then. Once it's compatible with Windows, it's just JavaScript after all, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then it's using Node.js to execute the script, I think, right?
Yep. So at the end of the day, the scripts will run in any environment. And one of the end goals is to have like export to GitHub workflow or export to Netlify or Vercel or whatever, because they're literally just JavaScript, and it's just running on you're just passing it in the node with there's a global library that it passes in and requires before node starts up. And a lot of those helpers, as far as like we'll see with like the args and the envs and all that sort of stuff, are in that library that preloads before your script runs. So all that is available in any environment. So and the app is built in Electron so that it will be able to run in Windows and Linux.
All right, so I can just start it to show how it looks like. I hope it opens up in the right screen. Yeah.
Can you turn the music down just a tiny bit?
Oh, of course. Sorry.
I don't know if it's loud for anyone else.
Better?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Okay, let me start this again. So this is basically the user interface of ScriptKit, this small overlay where I can see my currently existing scripts.
I can't see your screen from my view. Can
that's because I didn't share it.
Okay.
Oh man, you see, I'm such a noob. Okay, let's try this again. So here is the UI of ScriptKit, and I see the list of my scripts, like that I can execute, run away. And then I can edit my script. I can create a new script. I can share my scripts. Here are some hot scripts. Let's try one of these. Oh yeah, I just saw you publish my IP. So I can just install it right from here.
Yeah. So if you click on that link, it'll prompt to.
Okay. Okay, so this is actual source code for a script kit. Script? How do you call them? Kit? Script?
Yeah,
Script kit? Script?
it's whatever people want to say. A script. I mean, that's a script kit script. But
So this one is using 2 npm packages?
yeah, I mean, I didn't have to use Promisify, but
Yeah.
I just did it for fun.
Okay. So basically, it opens a website. From the website, it gets my IP address. Or no, from the network.
Yeah, use network package from npm.
Got it. Okay. All right. Let's just see how it looks like. So I should be able to just start it now. My IP.
Yep.
And then, if I recall correctly, it will prompt me to install the packages, right?
Yep. Exactly.
The first time I run it. Okay. And then basically runs npm install in the background. Exactly. And the same for the other package.
Yeah, and inside of this .kenv directory, you'll see there's a package JSON and there's a node modules folder, and all of that stuff you would expect from a node project. So after those are installed, if you look at this project you're in, if you consider, think of Kenv as a Kit environment. One of the features that's coming up is being able to switch between Kit environments. So you could have like a work Kit environment and a personal Kit environment.
Oh, I see.
So if you had a work one, you could, version control that and share that with everyone at work, and all that sort of stuff. So
that will become interesting. Then we have like team features.
Yeah.
So that's where it could grow beyond just like a little side hobby project, right?
Yeah, and it's like sharing scripts, and sharing is just so key to what ScriptKit is. And that's where my frustration with all the tools and stuff being built is you're always installing something. There's always like a hurdle between running the thing that someone else built. And like this is you click on it and you can run it, and that's like you saw that like there was zero friction between clicking on that and now you're running a script called myIP.
Yeah,
it's set up,
and basically zero context switch. Like it's fantastic. It's not only the time that I save, it's just that I can get this little overlay and I need my IP for whatever reason, and I can just run it and I have it.
Yep.
There it is, and I have it in my clipboard. I can just paste it.
Yeah, that's what that copy did. Was that
exactly? Yeah, I saw that. That's like from Clippy, right? From Syndra's package.
I believe so. I think it's wrapping his.
Okay, so let's do something with GitHub APIs, because that's where I'm at home and I really want to marry the two.
Yeah.
And I saw that you've written this cool little script, John Lindquist, that updates basically your bio, right, on Twitter, which is the download code here.
Yep.
So I thought, why don't we build something similar?
Okay.
But for your GitHub account, or maybe you can update your script and update it to GitHub supports this little status.
Oh yeah, I've never used that. Let's do it.
So you see, I don't know, like download count here, and then set status. Cool. And I looked shortly into. I never used any APIs for this. I looked shortly into it. I don't think there's a REST API, but there is a GraphQL API. Okay. So with GitHub's platforms APIs to retrieve data and to mutate data, you either use REST API or the GraphQL API, and they do not have exactly the same features. So sometimes it's a little bit trial and error and search. Right. But for GraphQL, GitHub provides this little explorer here where you can just pre-authenticate and then just play around and work against the real data. So basically, created this query here, which is change user status, and then whatever I want here, and then it actually sets my status. So that's basically what I would like to do in a ScriptKit script.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So
how familiar are you with creating? Like, I've used GraphQL request a couple times in Node. I don't know if you have like a specific library in mind to create a. I guess you can just post GraphQL queries as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
I'll let you drive.
I happen to maintain all the JavaScript tooling for GitHub's APIs, so I built basically like a GraphQL method that we could use. But in the end, it's just a post request. I think I would start out without using any NPM package and just see if we can use what we have built in, okay?
Perfect, yeah.
So I think I go here, just new from name, and we call it set GitHub status. Okay. So here we are. I will need your help because I do not know all these commands by chance, and also not these shortcuts. I think the comments on top is like menu.
Yep.
Set GitHub status, and then description sets your. Okay, that's a recursive.
Yeah.
GitHub gets sets the status.
It's like writing code comments. Right?
Yeah. On your GitHub profile. Okay.
Does that work
so this is
with a lowercase m in menu? I'm just curious. I haven't. I think I normalize or ignore case.
No, doesn't look like it. So let's make it uppercase. Set GitHub status. Okay, so I guess I can run it and nothing will happen because there is not really any code.
Yep.
So what we want to do is to send this request. So let's send the GitHub request and just show the response in some kind of UI, okay?
Sure.
So how do I send a post request? So I guess there's a post method.
Yeah, so this is post from Axios.
Okay.
So if you await this or .then this, either one, then you can get the request that way.
Okay. And I should know these things by heart, but I've abstracted them away. But I think
I have to look it up every time, especially authentication headers and all that stuff.
The query is like a string, and then let me see. I want this default one here. That's a good one. Okay, I don't think I need this. And then can I directly pass the headers here?
I believe so.
Okay, probably it's like a request data body. Let me see if I can.
I think it's the. Did that not navigate to the Axios definition?
Oh, no, it did. Okay, so we have post data. Oh, so I directly pass the data and then config. Okay, it's headers. Okay, got it. So basically what we want is what we had here, and then we can pass headers as the third argument.
That makes sense, yeah.
So headers, authorization, and then token and we have to pass our token here. I don't know if it has my access. I have like a GitHub token global environment variable defined. I don't know if it will have access to that or not.
I think it'll pick up. Let's see. I think it'll pick up system environment variables.
How can I
don't use it that much, but
okay. How can I now show? There's just a show thing, right?
So what a lot of people do is just await arg, and then just pass the text as the right there as the placeholder.
Okay, so just
you want to look at the response. What I do here is there's inspect. Yeah, I use inspect if it's doing a data.
Okay.
Probably response.data, or else it'll.
Yeah.
Circulate.
Shall we run this?
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Okay. So set GitHub status. Okay, I'm unauthenticated. So let me create. Oh, you know what? I will just stop sharing my screen for a second, and I would just.
Sure.
I would just quickly create a token. It would be a script, basically create a script to create a token.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a way to await for environment variables and prompt for them.
Yeah, we should use this in a second.
I'm trying to figure out a good pattern as far as, because so many scripts and APIs are, all you really need is a token, and then the world opens up. But it's hard to know which one to find, especially like if you've ever looked for the Slack token or something, and you're digging through their UI, it's not front and center.
Yeah, it's easier with GitHub a little bit.
Yeah.
So I remember the end variable is set if environment variables have been set already, right?
Yes.
So we can revisit this later, but for now, I just want to see if this works. Hey, wow. Okay, I think we sent our query. So now let's actually send our mutation here. So let's send mutation. And then actually, let me do this in this Explorer here. Because query, I don't want to compile the query with literal templates. I want to use graphical variables because it's safer. And here we can do something, I think, like text is string, and then use text. Yeah. Okay. And then here we just said, oh, hi. Okay. So now we can parameterize the query, and the query can remain the same without incorporating any user input into the query, so nobody can hijack us. Oh no, we lost John. Well, I will move on for now. Okay, so I'm trying to set my GitHub profile status from a script. I think that worked. Let's see. Okay, very cool. Okay, let me see what's up with our friend. I think we had like direct message here. Oh, he lost connectivity. Okay, let me send the invite link again. Cool. Okay, as we wait for John, let's prompt the user for the text. So I think there is this arc method, and I can see. What would you like to say? And instead of expecting, we can now hold on. Hi.
Hey, wow, that was my power went out. I don't know if you saw my message.
Man, I'm glad I'm not the only one who,
Yeah, I should be okay as long as that doesn't happen again.
So what I did is I actually posted a status from KidScript. So I'm sorry you missed this.
Wow, I missed
first success.
quite
And now I want to prompt the user for the message and then set the message.
Okay.
Here. And then I want to basically update the text in the UI and say we are all done. Does it look good?
Yeah, that looks, let's see, message is being passed in. Yep. Variables, text, message, text is, yep.
Okay, all done. And now when I just blur, it just disappears, right? That's awesome.
Yeah, escape or blur with arg will essentially exit the script.
So this is still my old status. Hey, nice. Mom, it's me. So that's very cool. And I think that's, no, wait, we have to figure out this part here. So
yeah, so
it's like await end.
Yep.
And then GitHub status token.
Yeah. And then the next argument, you'll probably, I think I should just default secret to true, but I don't know. What do you?
Okay.
Since you're on stream, I don't know. This way, if you just paste it in or type it in, it'll just be the dots,
Okay. You know what? I will just I have a GitHub test account, and I don't care if people see the tokens for the test account. So
and what I would also add here is the ignore blur, since people are probably going to go get a token.
Yes, I remember. And then I can do like a description or like a hint.
The hint, yeah.
Which supports, I remember, like a HTML, right?
Yep.
Because I want to directly show them the link. We need the user scope for this. And I think we can set the node too.
Oh, cool.
I don't know, it's description or something. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. That's awesome.
So, okay. Hey, you learned something. That's great.
Yeah. And you can do, there's an MD helper. So if you invoke MD and pass in a string, You can just type
Nice.
in markdown. And
Okay. So create a token on GitHub, and then we just pass this in.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay. And then we will use the token here. So basically what will happen now, I will be prompted for the token the first time. Then it will be written to the .env file.
Correct.
And the next time I will no longer be prompted, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, let's try. So set GitHub status. Hit me again. Okay, so now I want to create the token, but I will actually log in with my test account. Sorry, guys. Folks, sorry. No, actually not this one. Yes. Okay. And now we can go to tokens, new, scopes, user, okay, whatever. So we just generate this token, copy it. Well, I lost the UI.
Yeah, it must have.
Maybe just a timeout or something.
It might have been a focus in Mac is interesting as far as
Yeah, I just wanted to. I don't know if you saw it. I set to secret, but the value flashed there for a second. It actually showed the secret.
Oh, that's right. Okay, thank you. That's a good bug to be aware of.
So
after you enter a value, it confirms like the placeholder changes to the value you just entered. So I'll need to ignore that when secret's true. Okay. Thank you.
So we have that ready, and that works. Let's publish it.
So let's do.
This is not new work because I was authenticated as another one. Okay.
So let's do this. Let's add a shortcut to this so you can just.
Oh yeah, I remember. Cool. So like shortcut.
Yep.
And then like I don't know.
If you wouldn't mind, would you try doing this through the help menu? I just want to. This is something I've been working on. So if you go into help, and go down to shortcut, just type in change script shortcut.
And then
select your.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, with my trillion shortcuts that I already have.
You're gonna need a second keyboard.
Okay. So Command Shift Dash. Okay. Yeah. Wicked. And it didn't ask me for my environment variable.
So now if you just get rid of that all done at the end, you won't even have to escape it. You can just.
Oh, okay. Let's do it again.
Just have the. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Wow.
And now if you're just looking at the page and you want to update it, like you don't even have to be in. This could be closed and everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, very cool. So basically from nothing, we created a script that I can start from anywhere I am just with a keyboard shortcut. It prompts me for what I want to say. And then it asks me for a token only the first time. After that, it only just sets my status on GitHub. So that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to use this one for sure.
Let's publish. Share. Can we do it, or is anything else I should add first?
No, this is great. It's always interesting as far as you can kind of compose scripts together, like maybe like remove the prompt from this. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but
Okay,
I
let's
think
get in it in a moment.
Yeah, this is perfect to publish.
Okay, so just discussion, right?
Yep.
Oh, no, I need to just token again.
Yeah, this one needs, it'll create a
Okay,
chess to host the.
let me now actually use a real token. Okay. Okay, start a new discussion. Should it have been preset with something?
No, just paste.
Oh, paste. Got it.
I don't know if there's a way to.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
You can preset the category. You can preset the title, but the rest, I think, you will probably need to paste because this is too much text, I guess. Well, we can try.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's a new script.
Yeah, I guess. Let's see.
Or just set GitHub profile status like this.
Sure.
If this is in here, will it be set for everyone?
Yeah, anyone who installs the script, that'll be the new shortcut, so you might as well remove
that. Well, guys, sorry, but
they can set their own.
That's the price.
Yeah.
But it's easy enough to edit, right? Because I can install anything and quickly edit it using ScriptKit UI.
Yep.
Okay. So next up, I want to use some Octokit now and see how that will work. Okay.
Sure.
So for the same, we can use the same script actually.
So
and now, yeah.
Yeah. What I do here is go to Edit in the main menu.
Edit. Yeah. Edit in the menu. Okay. Yeah.
And then select your script and and duplicate from here.
Oh.
So this way, like when you're writing scripts, there's often like small variations between them. It's not really, scripts aren't really a do not repeat yourself place. It's more one script per thing. Oh, that didn't open it up. You'll have to
set GitHub. No, I don't think it created a file. Shall we live debug this?
Yeah, just try it one more time. If that didn't work, then I need
to. Okay. I start typing edits and then set, duplicate, and then set GitHub status with Octokit.
Yeah, I'll figure that one out.
All right. So what should have happened is basically just copy of this, right?
So not exactly. So let me show you. If you look in the bin directory.
Bin, yeah.
And you look at set GitHub status in there. So you can run this from the terminal. So if you go into a terminal and you go to, sure, yeah. Whatever terminal you want to use.
Okay.
It says R interactive. Did you? Oh, there it goes. And then just do the. I guess we're in this directory, so /
just run it like this.
Yeah. And now just type in what you want your status to be.
Hey, from the terminal. What?
And so now that should be set the same way.
So this is cool because you basically have two different UIs for prompting users.
Right. Yeah. So this was ScriptKit was originally a terminal-based tool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you run /bin/kit, you'll see sort of like a main menu sort of thing you can search and do commands from.
I see.
So you'd have to type in run to run a script.
That's awesome.
So essentially, like there's kind of those two ways of thinking. Is it's a terminal tool. The app is just a wrapper around this stuff, and the difference is that like there's two core packages that get preloaded when Node runs. The terminal one doesn't have any of the communication with the app, whereas the app one, anytime you hit await arg, it tells the app, hey, show up a prompt, and once that value is submitted, then send it back. So like, but other than that, it's running the exact same script. And you can see that, like on line 6, that's the preload, library that Node picks up before that sets all the globals.
Got it.
And that's what's impossible with ESM, unfortunately. Like it's been discussed a lot, but because ESM can be asynchronous and preloading needs to be synchronous, that the library needs to be written in CJS. Such as the landscape of modules in Node.
But I'm very interested. I will look into your implementation because for Octoherd, the thing I wanted to talk about first, where you can run a script against any amount of repositories. So it will help you to maintain, like if you have an organization with hundreds of repositories and you want to change the settings in all of them, you can write a script that gets applied to all of them. And Octoherd has prompts as well, like a prompt for a token, a prompt for the repositories, and so on. And I want to create a runner for it, which runs in the browser. Cool. So basically the same kind of questions, I will need different UIs, which is similar to what you've built here. And then eventually I want to use Kit as yet another UI. So basically I want to create a runner for Kit, so you will be able to run any Octoherd script directly from Kit. And it will get this very nice prompts that look native to you. And you don't need to open your terminal, you don't need to open your browser. It's just a small overlay. Very nice.
I'm curious how much we could reuse from, since the prompt is just written in React. I'll have to look into how, like, once events are submitted and the data is sent back through IPC channels, we'll probably have to just do regular submit. But I'll keep that in mind, like going forward, that this UI should be reusable in the browser. I haven't really written it with that in mind, so I don't think it could be extracted easily right now, but I'll keep that in mind so it's more reusable.
Yeah. I just feel like we have a similar problem and we could collaborate on that.
Just might as well write the UI once and not read.
Yeah, or like kind of write an abstract prompt library, which you then have to parameterize. Basically, you use the library, and then if you're the native UI, you do one thing. If you're in a terminal, you do another thing. If you're in a browser, you do yet another thing. But in the end, the same structure of questions will be supported. So that's something we could collaborate on. And then you would have do an implementation for the terminal and for your native UI, and I would add an implementation for browsers because that's something I want.
Yeah, that exists as far as like arg and env and everything are concerned. Just not like there's like an abstract. Well, there's no abstract. It's just two scripts. One gets pulled in conditionally on the build.
Okay.
But the UI would need Yeah, that'll be cool. We can definitely talk about that.
So let me use some. Let me get back to the script. I want to see how we can use some Octokit here. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, and all I was saying with the duplicate is if you just copy and paste, it'll run fine. At least it should.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't create that bin directory file if you just copy and paste. So you won't be able to run it from the terminal.
So how about I do new and then just copy and paste the code myself?
You could actually click your install link from GitHub. The discussion you created.
Oh, yeah. Boom. Okay. Set GitHub status with Octokit.
There you go. Now in our business.
Okay. So now we can await npm Octokit, I guess. And then we would instantiate Octokit with setting the authentication to the token.
Okay.
And then you would Octokit GraphQL. And then you don't need to worry about this stuff. You just pass the query, and then you pass the variables. That will basically do the same thing.
And what's funny about the way await and promises work is that you could literally copy the await arg from line 7. Like you get rid of the message variable, and you can just drop await arg inside of that template string.
Oh yeah, that makes it a little nicer.
I mean, it's one of those weird ways of like when you fill out a form and it's just a template string, instead of having variables in each spot, you could just await in each spot. But like it's personal, it's whatever the person's preference is. I don't really care one way or the other. But.
So let me try to run this and see if it works or see if it blows up.
Cool.
Oh, I have to rename this with Octokit. Let me remove the shortcut. Set GitHub status with Octokit. Okay. Well, that seemed to have worked.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Okay.
Sweet.
So next, I want to make it nicer with the GitHub tokens. I don't want to prompt the user for the GitHub token. Instead, I want to use the OAuth device flow, which is also nice because you will never actually see the token. It will just work in the background.
I would love to see your thoughts on this.
Yeah. And I
haven't done this in a long time.
Did this here. So let me just copy it and then we walk through it, okay?
Yeah. Because this is definitely something I could add to the script sharing rather than having them generate tokens. I could have them OAuth. Right?
Yeah. I think so. So here, let me just rename this to GitHub. Oops. GitHub device token or GitHub token user. So we know this is, it has the user scope.
Okay.
And let me see. So what happens here is it checks if it has the token already, and if it does, it just uses the token it already has. If it doesn't have the token, it goes through the OAuth device flow. And the OAuth device flow permits to create an OAuth token, which does not include the OAuth web redirect. So we don't need to start like a temporary server and whatnot. So it's perfect for CLI apps or for applications like this. And this is an ID for an OAuth app I just created. By creating your own OAuth app is super easy. You just go to settings and then scroll down to developers. And here you create, you go on OAuth apps and you just create new OAuth app and just call it whatever you want. And then you will receive a client ID and you can use it.
Awesome.
You can also just use mine. There is really nothing problematic about it. This is public information. So, and then on verification is a function which can be asynchronous, where we prompt the user to enter the one-time code on GitHub's website. So basically, the verification object gives us a verification URL, and it gives us the verification user code. And with this information, you can go to GitHub, enter the code, then you will be prompted to grant access with the OAuth app. And when you're done, then Octokit will exchange the device code for an actual token. And after that, it can just send authenticated requests.
And what we could do there, instead of making them click on the link, you could exec open that URL.
Yeah,
it kind of depends.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the better user experience is here, because if suddenly a browser opens without any context, it might be surprising. But yeah, good point.
Yeah,
I don't know if this will work.
We could open the browser and paste the value and tell it to hit enter, and like you could automate the whole thing, but then it's like it's becomes scary rather than helpful.
Yeah. So one thing we need to set is the scopes parameter here for the create OAuth device of method, because we need a user scope in order to set a user message. But I think that's it.
I think the on verification will need to be async and arg will need to be await.
Oh yeah, that would actually be better. It would still work, but yeah, this is better. Basically what happens is Octokit will just pull in the background. It will send a request every 5 seconds, so it will just work nevertheless. But this way you will have more control, and if you press enter, then it will try and it will just work right away, and you don't need to wait up to 3 seconds or 4 seconds before it will work.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry?
I was just going to say that if the await isn't there, it would just go to the next await statement and so.
Okay. Set GitHub status with Octokit. So now I'm prompted to go here. I pass the device code. This is the OAuth app now. So I just granted access, and then I press enter. Cool. Wow, with device flow now. Okay.
That was really cool. I like that.
And now it used actually my real account. So that just worked.
That was very nice. I like that a lot.
So, okay. So this is, I think, what I would recommend people to use if they want to interact with GitHub in a script kit. And I don't want you to repeat all these lines of code, so I made a little thing for you, which is script-kit Octokit.
Nice.
So basically, this is just having all the source code you just saw, and instead of importing the other Octokit, you import this one and you're done.
Awesome. I love it.
So let me try this, if it will work.
You've been busy.
Script kit, well, you know. The thing is, John, I am really good at this stuff because I've built it over the past years, and I think it's time that people know more about it.
Okay.
And kind of like one motivation for creating, like starting with live streams like this, although it's really not my field of expertise, is to actually build stuff and help other people build stuff with Octokit and get out of my little sandbox.
Gotcha.
So anyway, let's try this out. So this would work out of the box. You wouldn't need to do anything, but we need to set scopes. So there are a few options you can set. Like it defaults to my OFF, but you can use your own. You can set scopes. This is what we need to do. And an environment variable name will be generated for you, like GitHub token and then the name of the scopes, but you can override it with your own as well.
Got it.
So in our case, if it works, this is, I just built it 5 minutes before. Well, I didn't build it, but I finished it only 5 minutes before our call started, so I hope this will work. But in terms of intent, this is the nicest code I could think of to interact with GitHub's API as an authenticated user. So let's try. Set GitHub status with Octokit. Hello. This just worked. It didn't prompt me or anything. Oh, you know why?
Did you already have script-kit Octokit installed?
Because that's what I used the environment variable before. And I don't want to show it now because it shows my GitHub account user tokens. But let's do.
So you can uninstall from the UI if you want to try.
Uninstall? Like environment variables?
I mean, we could uninstall script-kit Octokit if you go into help.
No, it's basically in the .env file.
Yeah.
There is already an environmental called GitHub status user.
Okay.
From the previous version. And that's why I wasn't prompted. But if I say like GitHub token set user profile, then
gotcha.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm prompted the first time. Okay. It can access my user data. That's okay. And then press enter. Okay.
That's so cool.
All right. And now if we run it again, no more token prompts. All right. Reload the page. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey. So this is very cool. And I think I should update the script that I published to this because I think people can learn from this one, but I can do it later.
Yeah,
I can just update my gist, right?
No. Because the code was pasted directly into the discussion. The install would change. like the install link would update, but the code itself wouldn't.
Well,
I mean, I think
go
so. So
in
this one's
here.
very helpful as far as showing people how to use post and GraphQL queries. So I would definitely leave
Okay.
this here, and just create a new discussion. Just do the share script.
Okay. If you don't mind, I don't want to create so much
Oh no,
noise.
not at all.
Okay. Share. Set GitHub. Prep for discussion. Or I can just paste it in the same.
Sure. Yeah.
In the same thread, right? So I will not create a new one, and instead say new version using scripted Octokit, and then just paste it.
Very cool.
Huh. Wow. That's actually pretty good
cool.
code. Yeah. It's very concise, right?
Yeah. What's the would there be any reason why someone would want to create their own OAuth app rather than use yours?
That's a good question.
Should I create a ScriptKit OAuth app for?
I think you should. Like, there are things when you go settings, I think it's called developers. When you create a new app, and for some reason your client secrets get out, then I think you can like invalidate all tokens, like revoke all user tokens and stuff like this. You can list it on a marketplace. I mean, that might be interesting for you. Yeah. Although it's not doing anything, but marketplace is really just a promotion channel, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I need any client secrets for.
Yeah,
I can't do anything right now, but maybe.
But you know, it's your thing. I think it's probably better if you control the client ID, and I'm happy to default the client ID in this ScriptKit Octokit thing to yours, and then give you access to the repository as well if you want to recommend it to people.
That's awesome.
I think we've kind of been on this now for an hour, so I mean, I learned a lot, and I'm glad we got it working. Is there anything else you would like to discuss today?
No, I mean, I think I'll bring this into the share section rather than having them create their own tokens, let them OAuth with it. I think that'll definitely improve the experience. And, I mean, there's a ton of scenarios for working with Octokit and using GitHub has so much data.
Yeah, man. And I will build a ton of little scripts for myself. Like I'm already automating a ton of stuff, obviously, on GitHub. But right now I have all these separate scripts that I run from my terminal, and several of them I will just create a script like this for.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, just so you're aware on the, are you familiar with the metadata that's possible in ScriptKit?
I saw you have I think one discussion about it, right?
Yeah, there's a docs category.
Which, by the way, I love, like a early version docs, and then let people discuss the docs metadata.
Yeah, so schedule, we'll just set up a crawl task.
Yeah. I remember you talked about this with B2B, with Brian.
And that'll just run. And you don't have to do anything. Anytime you edit the script, it'll just be different the next time you run it. The system events are fun. Like anytime you open your laptop screen, You could set your status to that at my laptop. Anytime you close it, it could set your status to like away from keyboard or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the most recent one, I just put in announcements. I just added background tasks. So if you have a long running process and you just want something to sit and wait.
Can I set the system trigger to multiple ones and then read out the trigger in the script?
Not right now. I wasn't. I would create separate scripts per system event, but
okay,
I'm trying to think of a way.
that's easy enough.
Yeah, like if the script had an arg, I could pass in the event as a JSON object or something. Or maybe I could do like system all, and then let people run. Yeah, there's options.
Yeah. Also, if you combine schedule and system, maybe in your script you want it to behave differently depending whether it was triggered by a system event or a schedule event. But again, I guess you could just create multiple scripts for it.
Yeah. Essentially,
cool.
It's. I'll always kind of argue for more scripts, rather than trying to pass in too many variables or pass in too much metadata. Small separate scripts that you can share with people and all that I think are more powerful. It's definitely a script mindset rather than an app mindset.
Yeah. I love scripts. You can just be so messy with it, you know?
Yeah. You're not building. You don't have to follow any of the clean code rules or anything. It's for you, and it doesn't have to look good. It just has to work. There's also is the watch one in there. I think I documented that somewhere.
No.
This would. I need to bring that over into here. Maybe go back and.
I can add a reminder for you here.
I need to bring the background one in as well. I'll remember. If you go back, is watch in short codes, user input. If you just search for watch in the, it's probably not in the docs category. Okay, yeah, it's just an announcement.
Got it.
And this one's interesting to me, where I think a lot of people take notes in markdown files and that sort of stuff. And if we could watch like a notes directory and have almost like an auto commit and push, that'd be an interesting thing to work on as far as just syncing notes between local machines and repos.
That's interesting also because this is how multiple scripts could interact with each other. Basically, one script could write to a file and another script could be triggered by the file. And there could be multiple ways how one file gets updated, but you have one other script responsible for acting on it.
Yeah, set up a whole
Seems
chain
like
of events.
like a common architecture for composable scripts.
That seems like it would get dangerous pretty quickly as far as the recursive. Like if they both started watching the same file, but I mean that's code, right?
Okay, dangerous. John.
Yeah. And that's and these, all of the metadata, they only run if the app is open. So it's always like worst case scenario is force quit the app, and that.
Got it. So the whole schedule will not trigger unless the ScriptKit app is running.
Yes. And that's one of those things, like I need to think through the what that would look like as a terminal script, what that would look like as far as like exporting to a GitHub workflow that's on a schedule and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the metadata right now is for the app, but definitely as far as like parsing it and exporting to other systems where they could supports similar events and similar scheduled things. Yeah.
Are all these entries here also scripts?
Yeah.
So
if you want to look at
quit ScriptKit just kills the process.
yeah, that exits the app itself. So if you look at just open the .kit directory in your home directory. Use like open code. Open a new code window and open the .kit directory. So
I never open code this way. I always open it from my terminal.
Oh yeah, from the terminals works great too. Code, and then it'd probably be hidden in the. Yeah, just use your terminal.
So
it's.
Why is this so slow? Sorry. .kit.
Just code.kit. Yeah. Oh, you have C. You have C bound to code. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a shortcut because I do it all the time. Okay,
so
got it.
If you look at the main menu is a script. So if you look at main and look at index, like once you run the main keyboard shortcut or from the tray, like this is what opens up. And you can look at all of those scripts that they run. So if you look at main, edit or whatever.
Okay.
So just yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Like this is the edit menu.
And basically everything you do in these system scripts, I can do in my own scripts too.
Yeah, I'm going to make a post about how to create your own main menu and that sort of stuff.
Because this is so cool. I can build my own UI with tabs and live search and everything.
Yep.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and there's tons of, if you look at the CLI, there's a ton of scripts in there as far as the CLI directory.
I see.
As far as like what's in the help menu and other stuff. So this is like adding a while true around an await. Like this will allow you to continuously prompt for information each time someone enters an arg. Or like the new script, like a few, just like 4 down. This is the one you've run a few times.
Yeah, got it. So this is the one that gets you these nice names.
Yep.
And yeah, I remember the glitch folks created a package for this to make sure that there are no bad names. Like if you are entirely random, sometimes you get combinations that are problematic.
Oh, maybe I'll check out theirs instead of using this one.
They invested a lot of time in making sure, because it's very important for their brand.
Right.
I forgot the name of it, but I've been using it in the past as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. And if you look at the source directory, so right now, if you just run npm run dev in the root, you'll see like that source directory is set up to
npm run dev.
Yeah, you'll have to npm install, I think, but I haven't shown this to anyone else, so this will be
exclusive.
It's a curious, not problem, but the scenario is like this kit is like an SDK that people are going to use, and there's no real build step, and like so I'm committing all the source files when I include the SDK right now, and like there's a few decisions I'm still kind of waffling back and forth on. But if you just look at the code project, It's taking, like, the project's written in TypeScript if you look through the source files,
Yeah.
and it's generating to all those directories above it,
Mhm.
which is fairly non-standard. But like, because of like the nature of it is that I want those directories like flat and close to the home directory or close to the root directory.
So I could just change the tab here.
Yeah, if you type something there and hit save, and now you open the main menu from ScriptKit.
Oh,
It'll say run X.
there it is. Well, that's a great developer experience. Live preview.
Yeah, it's fun to work on because I'm literally writing scripts every time I work on it.
Yeah.
Like it's very like dog fooding itself. And let's see. And the word of warning here is that this will get blown away each time ScriptKit updates, unless this has Git information in it, and you're on the alpha branch or something. I can't remember what exactly it checks for. So don't make any changes here and expect them to persist, because the next time ScriptKit runs, it completely deletes this directory and then unzips a new version of it. But if you're going to contribute to it, then you'd want to check out the repo to this directory. And
okay, but I see like you've already kind of set it up to a place where I can have different Kit instances.
Yeah.
Right. Like what you mentioned, one private and one for work, for example, and the work one could be limited. It could not permit me to install anything. It could just permit me to run the scripts that are permitted by the company.
There's different Kenv instances as far as like environments for Kit. There's only ever one Kit SDK instance. Like you'll never switch. I wouldn't expect anyone to switch back and forth between this, because this and the app have like similar messaging, which I need to document sometime. But you could point to, I guess you could have different Kit directories, and there's an environment variable you pass into the app which tells it where to look for this.
Okay, but I wouldn't be able to change the tabs, for example. Like I couldn't disable installing with the Ken configuration right now.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, yeah, I'm just kind of trying to understand where you want to go with this. Like, is this now like a full-time thing for you? Is this something where you want to create a business around eventually, or is this just like a fun project for now and you just see where it takes you?
Yeah, so the idea has always been, so since I would say I work at Egghead, since I'm part of Egghead, the idea was I wanted to make a course on writing scripts using JavaScript and like automation using JavaScript and all that. As I got deeper and deeper into it and I wanted to improve the experience, like it turned into this, which is, like 6 months later and working late nights. Like this is what happened. So I'm essentially working on this full time with the expectation at the end that I'll start making educational content and all sorts of materials around helping people automate things. So this is essentially like it's open source, and I'll keep on working on it. It's a full-time thing for me. Like if you're asking where I expect my return from, it's like once I start teaching about it and sharing, helping people customize their own workflows. I'm sure you can already think of like internal dev tools you could use with your team. Like that's going to be, I imagine, for a lot of teams. Like even at Egghead, we're building our own internal tools using ScriptKit because we have so many GraphQL APIs and so many things that we could connect together through little prompts, and now it's easy. And I could teach teams how to do that.
Yeah. Totally.
And then like bringing it over to Windows and Linux is going to be a huge deal at the end of the year or so. We'll see how that all pans out.
Well, I wish you good luck with that. I'll be watching it closely. Thanks. And if you or anyone in the ScriptKit community ever has questions about GitHub's APIs or how to make the two work together, please let me know. Reach out. I'm happy to help.
Awesome. I will let everyone know. I may tag you in issues or comments as they come up about GitHub.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, cool.
All right, John, thank you again.
Thanks
thank you so much. I'm glad you're feeling better again.
Yeah,
and all the best for ScriptKit.
Thanks.